right, here we go. Here we go. We're gonna start over. For those of you who are new, like and subscribe. This is Levi Apparel. All right. We talk about current news, but mostly we're here talking about business and things that relate to apparel and t-shirt designing. All right. So, like, subscribe, check out the channel. Go to the description, check out the links. Right. We got a lot we're talking about today. I forgot to do the recording, so we gotta go back a little bit. We gotta go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. So you know what? Let's just continue where we are.
Is still one of the simplest ways to start an online.
Give me a second. Let me go back. Bam, 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 bam. There we go. There we go. Bam. All right. So we're gonna go back a few seconds. Here we go. Bam. All right. Let's start over. Let's go. All right. This one my favorite guy. My wife quit her job. All right. Cool. Check out this channel. Links on the description, and I appreciate you guys. All right.
Worth it. And how do the new laws, tariffs, and platform crackdowns affect the model today? This video is the follow-up, a no-hype, fully updated look at what still works and what doesn't, and what you need to know before starting a dropshipping business this year. Now, before we dive in, here's a quick refresher. Dropshipping is still one of the simplest ways to start an online store because you don't need to hold inventory, pack boxes, or buy any products up front. When someone places an order, you buy that item from a supplier and they ship it directly to your customer. And you only pay after you've made a sale, which keeps your financial risk low. Now that's the appeal. Dropshipping is flexible, affordable, and great for testing product ideas without sinking thousands into inventory. But just because it's easy to start doesn't mean it's easy to succeed. And the landscape has shifted since my original video. Some of it subtle and some of it massive. First off, if you're still following the old playbook, you're probably not making any money. New trade laws and tariffs have made dropshipping more expensive and unpredictable to ship directly from China. Longer delivery times, surprise custom fees, and inconsistent product quality are now much bigger issues. E-commerce platforms have also gotten much stricter. Shopify, PayPal, and Amazon are quicker to flag stores that rack up complaints, ship late, or sell questionable products. If you ever receive a string of returns or chargebacks, you could easily find yourself suspended or blacklisted altogether. On top of that, customer expectations have changed. They've all been burned before. If your site looks generic, your shipping is slow, or your support isn't responsive, they'll bounce or request a chargeback. Now, all this doesn't mean that dropshipping is dead, but it does mean the old plug-and-play model doesn't work like it used to. So with all these changes, the big question is, does dropshipping still work? The answer is yes, but not if you're using the same strategy from 5 years ago. The old AliExpress dropshipping model, where you copy and paste the listing, run some Facebook ads, and hope people are okay waiting 30 days for delivery, that version of dropshipping is dead. What's working now looks very different. First off, domestic suppliers. Working with US-based companies or companies with a US-based warehouse is more important than ever. And if you're watching this and you're not in the US, finding a dropshipper with a local warehouse is what I mean to say. You get faster shipping, fewer customs issues, and more consistency with product quality. And that translates directly into fewer complaints, fewer chargebacks, and better customer retention. Second, print on demand is still going strong, especially if you've got a strong design, a niche audience, or a clear message. You don't need to hold inventory, but you can still build a brand. And that combination makes print on demand a solid option, especially for creators or anyone with an engaged audience. But here's something almost no one talks about. Dropshipping works best when it's not your whole business model. If you've got solid back-end systems in place, like email marketing, SMS marketing, upsells, cross-sells, and repeat purchases.
All right. There's something he said that was really key. Right? There's something he said that was really key. Do not make dropshipping your full business, and it's important why. Because as you can see, let me tell you a quick story. So in the beginning, I was doing drop shipping like print on demand, um, on like Printful and all that. Eventually, my customers wanted the things like next day because some of them went right next to me. And I would tell them like, no, it's gonna take some time because I designed the image, and then after that, I send it over to like Printful. Printful puts it on a shirt, and then they send it to you guys. And she said, well, can I get next day? And I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now this is 2016 or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, so let me figure it out. So I called, and they told me that 2 day shipping is, it goes out today, 2 days later it shows up, right? But it may take 2 or 3 days depending on when it is. If it's on a Friday, 2 business days is Monday, Tuesday, right? Monday and Tuesday. So if it's shipped on Friday, you got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's 5 days. That's 5 days. So what I ended up doing was like, I said, you know what? Let me see if I can do it myself. So I started buying the machines. I started like everybody did, the Cricut. Um, and then from doing that, I started designing the shirts myself. And before then, like, I didn't need to print on demand anymore, right? However, when I do get large orders and I have issues with my machines, I do need print on demand. So that's why I mean, like, always have print on demand as your backup. All right. So let's go back.
Then dropshipping becomes a low-risk way to bring in new customers and build relationships over time. But if your entire strategy is cold ads and one-off sales, it's going to be a grind, and the math just doesn't work out. Now let's talk about dropshipping on Amazon a little bit, because this is where a lot of people get blindsided. Yes, Amazon still technically allows dropshipping. However, you are not allowed to dropship your products from another marketplace like AliExpress, eBay, Temu, or Walmart. Only legit wholesalers are allowed.
Hold on. We gotta go back again because, no, I don't need to pen to myself. That part is a little bit ridiculous because just having different markets available to you, like, is key to getting the customer. Because let's say you go to Amazon, right? Your customer's not there. You end up going to eBay, AliExpress, I don't know, other platforms, Shopify, that has customers and audience. Like, you should be able to post your stuff in different places, right? And be able to demand more money or less money depending on where you are. To trigger your store or your items to be being sold. However, Amazon does not do that, and for my reasoning, like, I don't like it. But if you're a customer, it's good to know like the price you have is the price you have, instead of like, okay, I bought it here on Amazon for like, let's say for example, $100, but it's on AliExpress for $50. So I guess that's part of the reason. But as a business owner, whatever, I should be able to display my stuff wherever I want. That's allowing me to. So that's it is what it is.
Also, the margin for error is razor thin. One mistake, even if it's your supplier's fault, and your account could be gone overnight. Just ask my friend John Rampton. He built a 7-figure Amazon dropshipping business, but over the holidays, his supplier ran out of inventory and didn't tell him. He was forced to cancel a bunch of orders, and Amazon shut him down with no warning. That's why I always tell beginners, unless you know Amazon inside and out and your supplier relationships are rock solid, you're better off starting with your own store where you control the experience from end to end. And that brings up a...
Yeah, he's right. Start your own email for your store, build a website, and then every customer you get that comes in, what I do is I just send out emails, and if they show up, but at least they know and they have the idea and they start thinking about things that they want to do as far as like, shirt and apparel design. And then I tried posting on Amazon, it didn't work so great. But yeah, so what he said is right. Always have a backup, in other words.
Bigger point. Dropshipping can still be profitable, but the margins are a lot smaller than other e-commerce models. Since your supplier is doing the heavy lifting, handling inventory, packing, and shipping, you're paying more per unit. Typical margins fall somewhere between 10 and 30%, depending on the product and the supplier. Now you compare that to private label or wholesale, where you might see 50 to 66% margins, all the way up to 90%, and you'll notice a huge difference in the amount of money you get to keep. That's why product selection matters so much. Low-ticket items rarely leave enough profit to cover ad spend, shipping, and fees, especially now with higher import costs from China. So if you want to dropship, you need to focus on higher ticket products or bundles that bring in more revenue per sale. By the way, if you're interested in learning how to start your own profitable online store, make sure you take my free 6-day e-commerce mini course below. It's 100% free, and I guarantee you'll learn a lot. And here's the part a lot of people get wrong. Dropshipping is not supposed to be your end game. The real value of dropshipping today is that it lets you test ideas with almost zero upfront risk. You can launch a store, run some traffic, and see what people actually want before spending a dime on inventory. That kind of real-world data is way more useful than guessing or relying on trends from TikTok. And once you find something that works, something people are actually buying, that's when you start thinking about private label or bulk buying. That's where the margins get better, the brand becomes real, and you're no longer just a middleman. So if you're treating dropshipping as a testing tool, it still makes a ton of sense. But if you're hoping to build a long-term business with consistent income, customer retention, and brand equity, you're eventually going to need to own more of the process. And that starts with picking the right partners. So where do you find the best dropshipping suppliers? If you're just
I'm gonna leave it on that suspense. You're gonna have to come in and watch the show, his channel, to be able to find it and pin on to me. All right, cool. That was great. I'm learning not to play all the channel stuff. Just focus on the things that I need, and then do my own commentary on it. Right. So what he said is absolutely right. Everything was right. Drop shipping. You need to focus on like where you're gonna post your stuff, audience retention, um, audience growth, and being able to go to a platform that is there to help you, not to hurt you. Also, having a backup, because if you want to run out of products and let's say the manufacturer doesn't make it anymore because they're out of business, because with this whole tariff thing that's happening, you need to find a place to go, and you need to find other suppliers. Now, what he also said at the end, getting information so you can figure out like how to properly create an audience to be able to know what they want by testing different products. And best part is the product can be posted even though that you don't have them. When they order, made to order, that's pretty much drop shipping, right? um, Send it out and that's it. If A doesn't work, B work, you focus on